History made here in Seattle. It's supposed to be UFC on Sportsnet. Instead, we have a new champion here in the Ultimate Fighting Championship, Ronda Rousey. First things first, congratulations. Dana and I have been going back and forth for years about women's MMA. I was the first one to ask him about an Ultimate Fighter for women. Now we have a women's champ. First things first, how do you feel holding that belt?
I feel good. I mean, like I said before, I don't really consider myself the UFC champion until I win a fight inside the octagon and Dana himself puts the belt on me. But someone's got to have it first. So I have a little bit of mixed emotions about it. You know, I'm very, very excited to have this opportunity and everything that, you know, the implications of this and everything that's coming. But there's just so much work left to do that I'm not going to sit down and really celebrate too much about this. You know, I've been training really, really hard, thinking that maybe, you know, a main event could fall out or something. You know, like 151 was it? You know, and that they could call me in at any time. So I've been training and ready, and now that I have the date and everything set, I feel good that we can structure our training camp now to be exactly towards the day instead of it being some foggy idea and some foggy idea of an opponent in the future. You know, so what's it called? I just feel a lot better to have everything set.
You've headlined many cards before. You've been to the Olympics, but now you're going to be headlining a UFC event in California. I mean, that is absolutely huge. How do you think it's going to compare to everything you've done before in the past?
This is going to be the biggest thing yet, by far, and no, I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm getting spoiled. Like, everything is like, everything's always bigger than the thing before that, and I just feel like I've got so much like energy and time that I just want to keep going for more and more and more, and I'm not satisfied yet. I don't know when that's going to happen, but I still want more, and I'm excited that this is going to be the biggest one.
Liz Carmouche will be your first opponent. I mean, Dana and yourself, you're talking about how all these other girls were turning down fights. I'm actually baffled by that because I thought, you know, they would step up at this type of opportunity, but Liz Carmouche is the only one that apparently has stepped up. Can you assess Liz Carmouche as an opponent? Because she's a tough girl, to say the least. Yeah,
you know, I think that it would have been much more, like, it could have been very likely that I had to fight Liz Carmouche for the Strikeforce belt because she was beating Marlou, you know, hands down until, like, for several rounds, I think till the last round, until Marlou caught her in that triangle at the very end, you know, kind of like Son and Silva style. And then Misha was actually getting beaten by Marlou the whole time and caught Marlou with the submission at the very end. So I think that Liz is very much in there in the top echelon of girl fighters, but, you know, she just hasn't really gotten that much, you know, press and publicity behind her. And I think that she's an amazing competitor, really, really tough chick. You know, I've seen her fights in Victor. I've been having my eye out for her, and not because I think she's a slouch, you know. So, and that girl fears nothing. You know, she's a U.S. veteran, and, you know, she's not someone that I can literally push around and intimidate like the other chicks, and I wouldn't really want to. You know, I think that she's a really, really cool girl, and but besides that fact, I'm still going to come and bring it when I fight, and that's just the way it is, and she sees it the same way, and I can't wait.
I have to ask you this question because you and I live on opposite sides of the continent. I'm in Toronto, you're in Cali, but I've got to ask you the Ultimate Fighter question because I've been pressing Dana for years. We are the Ultimate Fighter on our network in Canada, and I said, I want to see a women's Ultimate Fighter so you can start building the depth. But you mentioned you have no problem coaching men if that was the opportunity. If you had a choice, would you rather coach the men or let's see some more women coming in?
If I had the choice, I don't know. I mean, I wanted to do a mixed show, but I think that the legal, you know, it wouldn't be great, so.
I'll cover that show for sure.
Yeah, right, yeah. So I don't think it would work out very well in legalese to have, you know, all these people, all these guys and girls secluded in a house, and they're going to be a bad idea. So I don't know, either or. I would love to coach girls and build up the women's division, but I would love for people to see, you know, men being coached by women as well. I think both of them have, you know, both scenarios would be extremely positive, so I don't really have too much of a preference.
And one final question, what can fans expect when the First Lady defends the title in Anaheim, UFC 157, if they're on the fringe? I'm not worried about women's fighting, I don't want to see women, especially a beautiful girl like yourself, I don't want to see you get punched in the face. What can they expect when you step into the octagon in February?
Well, I don't really plan on getting hit too much, so they might not have to worry about that at all. And with the people that don't like seeing girls get hit, I just would love to get on their nerves so much that they don't really, you know, mind seeing me get hit in my pretty little lady face. Because, yeah, seeing girls fight makes some people uneasy, and it's just, I'm not here to make everybody relax. I'm here to be in your face and see something you might not want to see, and you know what? You might end up appreciating it, whether you like it or not.
Thank you very much for your time.
No problem, man.
There you have it, Ronda Rousey, the very first UFC Women's Champion.